Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Soundbites for Immigration Success. We're happy to have you along with us. We bring these podcast series to you so that you can get to know your fellow consultant, hear their story and challenge, and how they've overcome that challenge, and their piece of takeaway advice that they might have for you, especially if you're just starting off. I am so delighted to have with me a fellow colleague and a good friend, Neerja Bhandari. Hello, Neerja. How are you?
I'm good, Monica. Thank you for calling me in, and I'm always happy to be with you.
Oh, well, I feel your story is one that is not unique, but it's interesting. And I think our fellow colleagues would love to hear it and to hear how you've progressed in your journey as an immigration consultant. So, Neerja, tell us a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to become an immigration consultant.
Um, so I will say immigration did not, I didn't choose the profession. The profession chose me. Initially, I'm from India and from a big joint family, business family, and I was not groomed to be a professional. I was groomed to be a homemaker, a girl who's educated with her bachelor's and master's in English literature, which was only on my resume to get married. A good educated girl, homely, um, decent looking, from a good family. That's how I got married. And being from a business family, it came naturally to me to do something to keep myself busy. And I run a boutique. And then my husband decided that we should come to Canada for better life. And then I became a certified cosmetologist and an esthetician. And I thought I was the next herbal queen of Canada because I ran my own um, product line in India, just like Body Shop. So I thought I was the next herbal queen of Canada, but Canada doesn't accept your your other licenses if you're not licensed in Canada. And that time I didn't have money to do that and did riff-raff jobs, ultimately bought Mr. Sub. For 9 years, I was a Mr. Sub owner, a girl in red shirt. And in those 9 years, I took 9 days off because franchise is running every day except for the Christmas day, which even Tim Hortons is. So for the 9 years, I was wearing red shirt, even when I went to Humber College, because my sons insisted that they both went to university and they are not going to run Mr. Sub for me. They didn't. They one of them told me that they're not going to put tomatoes and cucumbers on sandwiches. And in today's time, they're both PhDs. So I understood they don't have inclination to join the business. And my husband took up real estate, so I was the only one running the business. That's when they inspired me, especially my younger one who was at home at that time, teenager, that I should do something with my life which will be more fruitful and less physically demanding. And I was at that time, I was 45 years old when I went to Humber to do my immigration course. It's interesting, I used to take sandwiches for my friends at Humber to feed them. And people thought I was a delivery woman because I was always wearing my red shirt. And from there, I realized that this is my calling because I always related with people, even as a Mr. Sub owner, where people called me the sub lady because I used to give lollipops to kids and cookies to heartbroken men. And if they were not feeling good. So I realized that people trusted me very easily. They came with their stories very easily, looked for heartfelt advice, and which came easily to me to give them even home remedies on how to fix their throat or how to look after the cough or look after children. So it came very naturally to me. And I feel that immigration has actually been my real calling and the profession chose.
I love that story. I've heard the red shirt story before, and it always calls at my heart because I think of you telling me you used to go to your parent teacher interviews wearing your red shirt, and that you missed so many occasions with your children because you had to work, and that you came to a time in your life where I can't do this anymore. I have to do something for me. So I love the fact that you reinvented yourself at 45 and you chose a profession that still calls for great empathy and customer service and listening. So thank you for sharing that. And I want to say to our colleagues out there, I hope you're inspired by Neerja's story and that don't be afraid to take that leap if it's calling to you. So the profession called for you. So on that note, Neerja, how long have you been an immigration consultant now?
It's 13 years.
So
It's
it's 13
13
years.
years.
So you've seen the profession really evolve and grow over the last 13 years, from change in regulators to the growing number of consultants to the expanding number of programs, the change in technology. Like when you started, it was still sending everything by mail and putting those big packages together, and most clients were getting interviewed. But now we've gone to a much different system. So for you, what has been the biggest challenge?
Monica, I come from the times when we didn't have computers, we didn't have cell phones. Even I've seen first TV, the black and white, come to India when I was a child. So for me, technology has been the biggest challenge, because even when I went to Humber, I called my younger son my technical guru, because he was the one who taught me how to use the computer. I was very afraid to use the laptop. I didn't want to turn the button on, thinking, and my son used to tell me it'll not explode. Just just play around with it. And I think he was my first friend on Facebook. He opened my Facebook account to make me comfortable using the keyboard on the laptop. And I'm a talkative woman, so he felt I like to connect with people, and that way I'll at least get a feel of it. But yes, over the years, I can say I know enough technology to do my job, and I've never deterred or been afraid of taking up challenges. My father taught me long back, he just said it as a child when I didn't want to do maths, that life is not doing things you love, but loving things that you have to do. And I think that over the years, we did not realize that it will become my life mantra. And I just love what I have to do. And I think that makes life easy for all of us. If we don't enjoy what we do, we will do it half-heartedly and it will never reap the best results. So for me, I shamelessly ask for help when I need help for technology. I don't feel I don't have no ego where I need to learn, and I will ask for help whenever. And it has always been in my benefit. It has helped me grow professionally and personally. So technology is one, but I don't mind reading every day about the updates, public policies, knowing how to work around it, read it, and make sure I understand what are the changes and how I will inculcate them and use them in my everyday practice for the best of my clients.
I love the fact that you've acknowledged, areas where you're not as strong. And I know, along with that sort of asking for help, is what you've done is you've surrounded yourself with people who are good at technology. Like, in your office, I know you have an office with staff, so there are maybe others around you that can sometimes do that huge technology piece and get you in there. So I guess this comes to my next question. What advice would you give to somebody who's just entering the profession today? They might have just graduated or they're about to get their license. What advice would you have for them?
Uh, I would advise them that when you come into this profession, it's like when we were looking for a franchise, we were looking for a business. You think it's about collecting cash. You could be standing in front of a Subway restaurant, just looking at the cash counter. You're looking at other places, other businesses. When you see people asking for fee, it looks, oh, this is lucrative. And generally, everybody gets into any business, any profession, so that they can have a good livelihood. But understand that immigration is not a business, it's a profession. And for me, the mantra has always been the 3 R's. I will never go into it. Yes, everybody goes into it for remuneration, but you came into this for respect and recognition also. You didn't just do it to get money. You can make money by just selling anything and being a good marketer. But when you are coming into immigration, you're changing lives. Like we always say, if you spell file the other way around, it is a life. And most of us here are immigrants ourselves, so we understand how it changes lives for people. And so take it seriously. Do not use your clients to learn your profession. learn it, and work on your clients. Um, Definitely, if you have any question, you have any doubts, I still tell my clients I will use my best practice, and if I need, I will find help, but I'll make sure the file is not compromised anyway. And the new consultants, I will say, while you're looking for um, clients and you have time, read your manuals, read your guides, keep yourself. That was the advice I got when I started, that now you have the time, so it's time to invest it in learning while practicing also, because uh, that's really going to imbibe your practice in the long term. The foundation has to be strong.
And your three R's are, so are they remuneration, respect, and recognition?
Absolutely.
And I love the fact that you said, that file turnaround is life, and that
Absolutely.
we've got lives in our hands, and it's really important to ensure that we can do the job well and seek help as needed. I wanted to follow up on something that you alluded to in terms of continuing to grow and learn. And can you talk a little bit about the role that CAPIC has played in your professional life and maybe personal life too?
CAPIC gave me Monica. CAPIC gave me a lot of my friends I have today. And actually, I was telling that I've never had time before this. As I've just mentioned, I was running Mr. Sub. When I decided to join immigration, it was when I couldn't attend. It was as if I've almost lost the opportunity to see my son getting his on his convocation, getting his degree when at McMaster University. That was my call out that I need to change it because I'm missing on my life. And seriously, it really matters how you look into it, balance your life. CAPIC has been my stronghold because it makes me give all that connections I have today personally, but all the support as a professional, all the support as a professional I have today is because of CAPIC. I volunteered my time. My son told me long back, the older one, he's a philosopher. He told me that if you want, don't complain about nothing. And he says that if you want, because there's nothing to complain. If you don't like something, you need to either change it, be part of the change, or you need to change your way of looking at it. And if you can't change it and you can't make any differences, then maybe you should accept it. So CAPIC I've seen has thoroughly and truly for the last 13 years, how I see as a volunteer myself from inside and out, has been working towards making the profession better, give us more recognition as consultants, and it always gives us that support and background of learning. Education is big. CAPIC, if people do not play around with the website, they see that there is a whole library of videos, of other write-ups and stuff, which is teaching us how to find the material that we're looking for to serve our clients. I could not think of being a professional without the association support and all the network I get from it. It's amazing.
And I think Neerja, and I think one of the takeaways I'm hoping the audience will gain from you is how much a professional association is a fundamental part of your professional upbringing, that it's fundamental as you begin your career to have that association with you, for not only for education and advocacy and recognition, but for those intangibles, that networking, that building, that supporting.
It is absolutely there because without the association and that like-minded people ticking your mind, challenging you, helping you when required, not letting you sit dull for a moment because you know you have it, and that confidence it gives you that if you need help, there is someone and people behind you who are there to support. That makes you go forward with a strong foot. um, and any association, any professional association there. But CAPIC, I have seen firsthand as part of it. And I'm a big fan of CAPIC. And I get all my friends and colleagues and networking. All my learning lessons and curves have been soothed and taken care of. Um, I look at it as my biggest support as a professional.
Well, I want to say, Neerja, you've said how grateful and thankful you are for CAPIC, but I want to tell you how thankful we are for you. We're so glad that you gave up the red shirt and you became an
I
immigration
know
consultant.
I don't
The
wear red shirts.
I know the profession is so lucky to have you, for your wisdom, your humanity, your empathy. And not only that, we're so grateful for the um, feedback that you provide and for all that you do. You're such a big champion and supporter, not only of CAPIC, but of the profession indeed. So for those of you in our audience, I hope you've gained some wisdom and takeaways from Neerja, her honesty, her authenticity. Neerja, do you have any final words that you want to provide to our audience?
I will say new consultants should not um, shy of asking for help. Even old consultants need help sometimes, and we all need help. And my last parting words will be: we all need to hold hands together. We all need to stay strong together, because holding hands does not give strength to the person who asked, who gave the hand first, but the one who took the hand and said they will help. Even they are gaining a lot from the person who asked for help. So everybody who's holding hands, we all get energy and recognition from each other. So don't be shy of holding hands and giving strength to each other. We all need to stand together and be there for each other in good and bad times.
Neerja, thank you. Thank you for your honesty and your fabulous advice. It has been a pleasure to chat with you, and I look forward to doing this again.
Thank you, Monica. It was a pleasure being here.
Thank you to our
And an honor to be asked.
Thank you to our audience out there. We hope you enjoyed today's podcast, and we look forward to seeing you at the next one.